All right, everybody, welcome to Hooligans Underground and another night of standing room only. And as usual, I'm going to start us off with a couple of Boudreaux jokes just to get the atmosphere going and making y'all wish there was somebody really funny up here.
That
Oh
Boudreaux
no, you're
just
very
broke
funny.
out.
All right,
Mama
Boudreaux
said
and
so.
Thibodeau we're taking a long overdue vacation. Now, they was going to spend a week down at Holly Beach, also known as the Cajun Riviera. It ain't on a river, but that's what they call it. And they stopped on along the way to get a bite to eat. Now, after they left the truck stop restaurant and had gotten several miles down the road, Thibodeau suddenly realized that he had forgotten his sunglasses at the restaurant. Now, they had to travel several more miles to find a turnaround on the interstate. Now, Boudreaux ranted, raved the whole way back. He was giving Thibodeau holy hell for being so damn forgetful. Now, by the time they got back to that truck stop, Thibodeau was feeling really bad about giving Boudreaux all that trouble. Now, as he got out the back of the truck to get to his glasses, Boudreaux said, "By the way, Tib, while you're in there, grab my hat too." Because, even though you left your own thing there, you can't admit it to the
Yeah,
end.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that was kind of a long one. I got a couple more long ones, but I'm going to do a
No, that's
short one.
good. That's good, man.
Oh,
That's
Now,
good.
Boudreaux and Marie, after many, many years of marriage, decided to get divorced.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, in court, the judge, Judge Abel, announced, "Mr. Boudreaux, I've decided to give your wife $300 a week." Boudreaux looks at him and he said, "Man, that's real nice of you, Judge. I'll even send her a couple bucks every now and then myself." I think I think he didn't quite understand what was going on
no, yes, he did. He was a smart man.
there. All right, now we're gonna jump back to Christmas. This is gonna be the third one. Now, Boudreaux and Thibodeau went back to work at the crawfish farm after the holidays, and they were talking about what they had bought their wives for Christmas. Boudreaux tells Thibodeau that he bought Marie a diamond ring as a gift.
Oh Lord.
Thibodeau remarked, "But Boudreaux, I thought Marie wanted a new Mercedes for Christmas." Now Boudreaux tells Thibodeau, "Man, yeah, that's what she wanted, but where the hell I'm gonna find a fake Mercedes?"
Oh, that's too funny.
Not in
Oh.
the Jack box, that's for sure.
I think I'm gonna throw one more short one, then we'll call open mic. And this again is Boudreaux and Thibodeau. Boudreaux and Thibodeau were talking the other day, and Thibodeau told Boudreaux that he asked Clotilde the night before to have sex. Now that was kind of a tongue twister, really was. But he wanted to try it a different way, not the same old, same old. He told her he wanted to try it doggy style. Boudreaux asked him, he said, "Man, that sounds like fun. How did it go?" Boudreaux take a deep breath and he says, "Oh, it wasn't much, Boudreaux. I sat up and begged, and Clotilde rolled over and played dead."
Right.
All right, open mic for anybody that's got a joke in their pocket or their hat in their
Or
hand
wherever else they like to hide their jokes.
That's how my dog.
or anywhere
That's
else.
how
Yeah.
my dog.
Ladies first.
I can try
Okay.
try
All
my
right,
luck.
let's everybody let's welcome Gleesa to the stage.
Yay!
Hey, Gleesa.
Yeah,
Gleesa
Mr. Sober, no,
Silversmith.
Mr. Mrs. hasn't been sober. Um, let me get my Get my split screen going.
Split
Oh,
screen. Whoa.
yeah, a
The
split
only
screen.
damn
If you
woman I know lives
if
still
you
in the
hit
bag.
hit the window button and your right key, it'll split the screen so you can have part on the your you know what I mean. Split
Yeah, that's
screen.
Oh, we
fancy.
don't, but okay.
I'm
Tell a
fancy.
joke, Lisa. Tell a joke. Tell a joke.
Oh,
Oh goodness.
yeah.
A rabbit is hopping through the woods, hop, 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 when he comes upon a giraffe. Okay, now you know it's a good joke. Now this giraffe is about to smoke some weed, and the rabbit looks up at the giraffe and says, "Giraffe, don't smoke weed. Weed is a drug, and drugs are bad. Come running with me through the forest." The giraffe looks at the weed, looks at the rabbit, looks back at the weed. Giraffe tosses the blunt, and they go running through the forest together. Run, 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 hop, 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 hopping along. Soon they come to a clearing with a sheep. Now the sheep is about to shoot up heroin.
Oh, Jesus.
And the rabbit says to the sheep, "Oh, Mr. Sheep, don't do heroin. Heroin is a drug, and drugs are bad for you. Come running with us through the forest." And the sheep looks at the heroin and looks at the rabbit and back at the heroin. Sheep tosses a needle, and they go running through the forest together. Run, 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 hop, hop, hopping along. Soon they come to a clearing, and in this clearing is a tiger.
Ooh.
Now this tiger is about to drink a can of beer. And the rabbit looks at the tiger and says, "Mr. Tiger, don't drink beer. Alcohol is a drug, and drugs are bad for you. And come running with us through the forest." And the tiger looks at his beer, looks at the rabbit, back at the beer. He takes a claw, cracks open the beer, and proceeds to carefully place it down beside him. He gets up, walks over to the rabbit, lifts up a paw, and starts mauling the crud out of the rabbit. Now the giraffe and the sheep are in shock, and they said, "Dude, what the heck? He was just trying to help you." Tiger turns to them and growls, "Every time that damn rabbit does cocaine, I end up running through the damn forest with him."
That's too funny.
All right. So the U.S. Marines, Delta Force,
Uh-oh.
and the Harris County Sheriff's Department are one of those team building weekends out in the woods.
Ruh-roh.
The U.S. Marines, Delta Force. All right. So let's see. I just said that. The first night, and the instructor says, "Right, guys, first night out in the woods, your first test is to go catch your dinner. I want each team to go out and catch a rabbit." First up are the Marines. They put on the war paint, load up more guns and ammo than a small African nation, and go charging off into the woods, hollering and screaming. 5 minutes later, all hell breaks loose, grenades, 50 calibers, tracers, you name it. And out come the Marines with the charred remains of what was once a rabbit. "Well done, guys. Now eat your dinner." Next up is Delta Force. They slip on the all-black coveralls, the ski masks, the night vision goggles, a silenced pistol, each, and off they slither into the woods, hardly seen and completely silent. Nothing is heard for 15 minutes, but then there's the almost silent foot, foot of a double tap, and Delta Force emerges with a dead rabbit, one hole in the chest and the other right between the eyes.
Damn.
Finally, it's the Harris County Sheriff's Department. They jump into their cars, light up, the sirens are going, a helicopter zooms in overhead, dogs come out, and an hour later they emerge with a squirrel in little squirrel handcuffs, orange PJs, and little squirrel leg arms. Little squirrel is still alive, but it has a black eye, a fat lip, and is limping. One of its little arms is in a sling. The instructor claims, "Guys, that's not a rabbit, that's a squirrel." One of the deputies gives the squirrel a little kick in the back, and he goes, "Okay, I'm a freaking rabbit."
Wow.
a joke.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. Sorry. Oh, there's your favorite joke. When a rabbit comes, oh, a bear is taking a poop in the woods, and a rabbit comes by, and the bear says, "Hey, rabbit, can I ask you something?" "Of course, Mr. Bear," answers the rabbit. "Do you have a problem with poop sticking to your fur?" "No, Mr. Bear, not at all." So the bear wipes his butt with it.
So I guess the bear does go back to him in the woods.
Serves him right for telling the
Bear
truth.
shits in the woods. Does the bear.
Okay. All right. An atheist is walking through the woods. "What majestic trees, what powerful rivers, what beautiful animals," he says to himself. And he is walking alongside the river. He heard a rustling in the bushes behind him. He turned to look. He saw a 7-foot grizzly bear charge towards him. He ran as fast as he could up the path. He looked over his shoulder, saw the bear was closing in on him. He looked over his shoulder again. The bear was even closer. He tripped, fell on the ground. He rolled over to pick himself up, but saw the bear was right on top of him.
Ooh.
And his left paw was raised, about to strike him. In that instance, the atheist cried out, "Oh my God!" Time stopped. The bear froze, and the forest was silent. A bright light shone through upon the man, and a voice came out of the sky. "You deny my existence for all these years, teach others I don't exist, and even credit creation to a cosmic accident? Do you expect me to help you out of this predicament? Am I to count you as a believer?" Oh, the atheist looked directly into the light. "It would be hypocritical of me to suddenly ask you to treat me as a Christian now. But perhaps you could make the bear a Christian." "Very well," said the voice. The light went out, the sounds of the forest resumed, and the bear dropped his right paw, brought both paws together, and bowed his head and spoke, "Lord, bless this food which I am about to receive from the bounty through Christ our..."
Oh, wonderful.
Yo, woo. Way to go, Gleesa.
Sorry.
You know, a friend of mine made a motorbike entirely out of wood. It had wooden wheels, a wooden frame, a wooden engine, wooden brakes, wooden handlebars. So I asked him if he could take me for a ride, and he said, "Nah, it wouldn't start."
Wouldn't run.
Good. I like that one.
You know what? I can cut wood by staring at it. You know how? I saw it with my own eyes.
Oh, that's clever.
A woman got breast implants made of wood yesterday. The joke would be funny if I had a punchline, wouldn't it?
Oh, man.
Oh, that's
All right. So a guy
Or a
was
wife.
out with his wife walking through the snowy woods. And he points out to her that there are deer tracks over there. "Oh, look over there. There are rabbit tracks." And then excitedly he said, "Oh, those are dick fur tracks." And she asked, "What's a dick for?" And he replied, "To pee with, of course."
oh.
Only you, Glee.
Of course, of
Wee.
course.
A horse, of course.
Yeah.
Go, Glee.
Told her that one, I bet you.
Nope, 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 nope.
Dick show.
How long does anyone want to hang out with me while I chop some wood?
Okay.
I'll hang out with you.
I'm asking for a friend.
It's okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh, King Arthur asked a woodmaker apprentice to make a table. He was so impressed with the table's round result that he knighted him on the spot, circumference.
Oh,
Oh,
you.
that was funny.
And that's going to be my last one. I left on a low note, but that's okay.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. Way to go,
That was
Blake.
great.
Hand up here.
There you go,
All right,
Gleesa.
everybody, big hands for Gleesa. That was funny. Funny the wooden one. I like the wooden motorcycle one. That was the best one.
Wouldn't run.
All right, Thibodeau had applied for a job last week as a switchman at the railroad, damn, and was being interviewed by the chief engineer. Now the engineer asked Thibodeau, if you have one train heading north on track number 1 and realize that another train is heading south on the very same track, what you gonna do?
Ooh, cornfield meat.
Thibodeau thinks about that for a minute and he says, man, I think I'm gonna call Boudreaux. Now the chief trying to figure out Thibodeau's response. And why would you call up this Boudreaux fella? Is he an expert about situations like this? Thibodeau said, no, he's just my best friend. But Boudreaux ain't never seen a train wreck like this one. Man, I tell you, it's a good thing I got the edit control after this because I keep screwing up my words.
So,
But it happens.
what's stand up
Expect
for?
from a done coon ass Cajun redneck coon ass. All right, Boudreaux got home around 4 a.m. inebriated as usual. Now Marie was up waiting for him. She was all over him, screaming, yelling, accusing him of being out with another woman. Now Boudreaux tries to tell him, say, "Chef, I was at the city bar the whole time. You should see the place. They remodeled it and made it all fancy. They even got golden plated urinals."
Ugh.
Let that sink in, huh? Now Marie says, "Oh yeah, sure. You think I'm gonna believe that shit?" She is so mad. She calls the bar and asks the bartender. She said, "This is Mrs. Boudreaux. Do y'all got some gold-plated urinals over there?" Now she hears the bartender yell out in the background, "Hey Fred, I think I found out who peed in your saxophone." You know, if you're drunk, it does kind of look like a urinal. It really does. All right, one more short one, and then we got the doc that's gonna come up here. I can see she's inching her way up closer to the stage. Pretty soon she's gonna run up here and push me off. I can feel it. Boudreaux and Thibodeau was attending a convention down in New Orleans a few days ago. Now one morning they met for breakfast, and Thibodeau asked Boudreaux how he had slept the night before. Now Boudreaux said, "Not too good, Thibodeau. I had me a wild woman beating on my door until 5 o'clock this morning." And Thibodeau asked him, "Well, what happened to her at 5 o'clock?" Boudreaux said, "Well, that's about the time I let her out." All right, folks. With that, let's welcome E. Doc E.
Yay!
Doc, I don't know about the great, but okay, I'll buy it. I'll take it today. Oh,
Yeah.
well, thank you so much. Good evening. It looks like,
Good evening.
okay, now if I can get focused, it looks like Romper Room in here. Remember Romper Room? where you look around and you go, Zooby Dooby, whatever the
Yeah,
heck.
Miss
I
Jean. Miss Jean.
I see Pepper, I see Nick, I see two people making out in the back room. I see, And oh, wait a minute, it's very foggy. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I got to turn it. It's a government issue spyglass. I got to turn it around. I had it the wrong end up. But anyways, it's not bumper boo. I see all of you, and I'm so glad to see you. I got some more doc jokes for you, and I'm going to start it off real good. The emergency department is a place like no other on this planet. And life and death interactions happen daily. Sometimes it's the staff. Also, lots of people are covered in feces. We all know what feces is. And for those of you who don't know what feces is, it's shit. Just putting it out there. So we've got a lot of that too. Many people wish they could overhear a small piece of the chaos. So they could hear and save the quotes that come over the curtains in the rooms and the hallways and the bathrooms, especially by the staff, over the past few years. And most of these are deliciously taken out of context, and some are slightly changed to protect the innocent. And now, FYI, nobody is innocent in the emergency department, so get that out of your head. And any of you tonight are virgins, you have virgin ears, stick a Q-tip in it and you'll be able to hear the rest of my jokes. So anyway.
Be virgin no more.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Give that man a Q-tip. Yes, they are. So, and again, let me introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. I am a real emergency department physician. And I got my degree in medicine in 1999, just before the millennium. We all thought that my bad grades would go away with the computer crash, and it didn't. And most of my residency and training was in the Air Force. So, yeah, because we all know what happened after that. So anyways, but I'm not going to tell you my real name or what exceptionally huge concrete building I work in for several reasons, and one of them being your need to call me in the middle of the night with an exceptionally annoying questions. And the one I always hear is, "Doctor, it hurts when I do this." And my answer is, don't do that and take a big poop. And number two, and along with that, stop eating the bucket of chicken and the 2-liter Pepsi before you go to bed, thus needing the poop. And 3, my favorite thing is click. And click means I've hung up the phone. I'm also going to change my name to Dr. Google because people Google their medical problems. And Google makes a lot of money off of this. For every click that somebody makes, they make some money off of this. Because if you come into my ED or you come into my family practice part, you're on your own, all right? Because you've already told me what's wrong with you, what you need to do, what needs to happen. So you don't need me. But hey, you know what? I'm going to send you a bill anyways because you're taking up my time. And because Google's been handing out medical degrees since 1997, I'm going back to the State University of whatever and saying, "Hey, look, I want my money back for all those all those hundreds of thousands of dollars I spent going to medical school." And you know what? And Google, I'm sorry. The one thing Google can't do, I mean, it can give you all these diagnoses and all these treatments and all these blah, 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 blah. But they can't fix stupid. No matter how hard you surf the net, you're still not going to get it right. Sorry, it's going to happen.
So true. So true.
So no matter how hard you surf, I'm going to charge that patient for extra for annoying me with the diagnosis they got from Google and save me from work because you woke me up anyways, and I'm going to not be happy. But, if you're going to Google, and people are going to, look it up. Look up, do physicians get PTSD? Well, you know what? We do. I've spent many times shitting in my knickers in a corner, mumbling to myself, why me? And because somebody did a stupid thing and they're in my emergency department now and they're expecting me to perform a miracle. AKA people, I'm not God. God doesn't think he's an emergency room physician, and I don't think I'm God. So that's all there is to that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you Google, you say, what names are doctors given by patients? Well, I can sum that up. And by the way, if you do Google it, it's like 16 pages long. Every colorful word known to man, especially during the exam time. That's the names that these doctors have gotten. And I'll tell you what, I cuss, but I'm a lady. I won't even repeat them. And there's 3 levels of trauma. Technically, there's 5, but the other 4 and 5 don't really count because you walk into the ED, you tell me you cut your finger, and I make you fill out paperwork and sit down, and then they make, and then they call you back, and I put a Band-Aid on it, give you a tetanus shot, and kick you out. So that doesn't really count. It's not life or death. But usually, number 1 is what the fuck, which is usually followed by how did they do that? And number 2 is holy shit, didn't know the patient could do that. And then the whole time, during this time, the paramedics and cops are getting dirty looks because your day just went to hell. And then number three, in my ED department, we do it all the time. It's like, damn, Skippy, we're going to need a bigger treatment room because the shit just got real.
Full moon.
Yep. Oh, yeah, and don't get me started on a full moon. We don't even have to look outside when it's a full moon. We know. I had a nurse come in and tell me, "Oh, it's a full moon tonight, doctor." And I go, "You're an asshole. Go away. Don't talk to me." But yeah, true fact here. Yeah, it got real. And I've walked out of the treatment room going, "Yep, the shit got real. We need XYZ PDQ." And the people are going, "But they're off duty." I don't care. Call them a cab, bring them in here, get the cops to go get them, whatever. But I'm not handling this. I'm just a little old doctor. Anyways, one thing here. Does anyone of you know why doctors wear blue? Well,
Wow.
yeah, blue. Sometimes they wear green. So I'm going to say blue or green just to be fair. Well, the technical term, blue or green, can refresh the doctor's vision of red. And this means, for example, in the meantime, this motorcyclist, Brain Trust, who has his brain sitting on his jockstrap because he decided to be Evel Knievel without a helmet. And we all know how that went with Evel Knievel. And it says that the red or pink, aka blood, guts, and brain matter, makes the doctor desensitized. Well, hell, vodka gimlet does the same thing. I'm just saying. So also, so yeah, that's why they wear blue or green, because it wakes their brains right back up again, and it doesn't let them go into la la land. Because believe me, if some guy's brain's sitting on his jockstrap, we are going into la la land because there ain't much we able to do except call the ME.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, and also Don, Pepper, I want to apologize. I wasn't trying to make light of a joke from years ago, so please don't think I was. That was just totally material from work. Also, do you know why doctors wear Crocs? Anybody?
Hey.
Well, not because they're cute or stylish. that they can be hosed down after the ED doc has one too many desensitizing drinks and barfs all over their buddy's crocs. So we have these signs. Some of them are not legal. So when we get our hospital, we get our ED inspection, we cover them up with tape. But we have these signs that we have around the place that says patients will be charged extra for self-diagnosing on Google. Our quality of care at our hospital. Either you get quality of care at our hospital or your autopsy is free. Please don't sit on the body bags. Our hospital needs your help. Get sick. That is real old. That's like pre-COVID. Don't mess with me. I get paid to stab people with sharp objects. Here's one. Here's this other one. Clitoris fell off.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know where that one came from. That was before my time, but it's still there. And welcome back to the ED for the 20th time this month. Yeah. Feeling sick. You feeling sick? Know the difference between a cold and being a whiny bitch. And the biggest lie a doctor can tell a patient is, "I'll be right back."
Yeah, car salesman too.
Yeah. And the one thing I want to leave with you tonight, man came in with 10 toy horses stuck up his butt. His condition is stable. You've been a lovely audience. Thank you very much. I hope it wasn't too gross.
All right. That was good. That was funny. Always love the doctor jokes. I wish I had a doctor joke here, but I don't. I got one close. Close. This is very close. Boudreaux, Thibodeau, and Hebert like to play golf. See, I told y'all, golf. But couldn't because their wives wouldn't let them. Well, they finally, after a couple of years, managed to make it to the golf course. And as they were waiting to tee off, were discussing how they finally got their wives to allow them to go play golf. Now, Hebert said, I had to buy my wife a diamond necklace for her to let me go. And Thibodeau says, that ain't nothing. I had to buy Clotilde a sports car for her to let me play. And Boudreaux, boys, y'all is both wimps. Me, I didn't buy my wife nothing, and she let me come play. Now, Thibodeau and Hebert naturally asked Boudreaux how he managed that. Say, explain yourself. So Boudreaux tells him, it was easy. When I got up this morning, I walked into the kitchen, patted Marie on her ass, looked her right in the eye, and asked, golf course or sex? She threw me my jacket and said, you better take this because it might get chilly outside. He ain't had to spend no money, y'all. One more.
One more.
Lil T Boudreaux. That's the Boudreaux Jr. He came home from college one weekend to find his daddy shoveling manure from the outhouse to the strawberry patch, to use as fertilizer. Now T tells his daddy, he said, Papa, there's an easier way to do that. Let's get us some dynamite, put it under that there outhouse, and we'll just blow the manure into the strawberry patch. Sounds like a plan. Now, while they putting the dynamite in place, neither one of them noticed Marie coming out of the house and into the outhouse. Well, as they set off the dynamite, sure enough, all that caca flies right into the strawberry patch. And Marie, too. They run over and ask her, "Are you all right, Marie?" Now Marie plays, "Yeah, I guess so. But I sure is glad I didn't let that one go in the kitchen." I think I told this one once before, but I'm going to tell it again. There's another one about little Boudreaux. Now, he was driving the tractor across the field, pulling a wagon loaded down with some sugar cane. When one of the wagon wheels hit a rut, overturned. The whole wagon just flipped over. Now, Thibodeau, he heard that noise and hollered at little Boudreaux, "Hey, come on inside and have lunch with us. We'll take care of that wagon after we eat. You know, lunch is important." Now, little Boudreaux says, "Well, that's awfully nice of you, Tib, but I don't think my papa would want me to right now." Now, Thibodeau says, "Oh, come on in. Your papa won't even know." Now, little T. Boudreaux say, "Okay, but I still think papa gonna be real mad at me." So, after lunch, T. Boudreaux and he said his thanks. And now he added, "That sure was good, but I know my papa gonna be mad by now." Now Thibodeau says, "Why should he be mad? It's just lunch. Where's your papa anyway?" Little Tebow turns around. He says, "Underneath the wagon." Okay, I got a cricket sound effect for that one.
No, I was laughing. I have my mic off.
No, we weren't. Yeah, I did. I had my mic on. Nice.
All right, everybody. It's open mic, also known as Fiddlah time. Let's everybody welcome Fiddlah up here.
Oh, okay.
Well, Pepper, you want to come first?
If Pepper wants to go up first, that's fine.
Okay. I'm going to rewind that. All right, everybody. It's Pepper time.
Yay,
Give a
Pepper
warm
time.
welcome to
Oh,
Pepper.
she crashed.
Yay.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Oh,
man.
yeah, she went offline. Damn it.
She's crashed.
Oh, shall I go up until she gets back or what?
Yeah, I would.
Want to wait a
No.
minute? I don't care.
Yeah, let's wait a minute. And see.
Should be back. Should be back.
Yeah, she'll be back.
She flew the coop.
Straight from the
And in the video, I'll just do like a little musical intermission right now.
Everybody go to the lobby.
Actually, now might be a good time for a pee-pee walkie smoky break, huh?
Yep. Good thinking. I like how you think. In and out.
Well, I'm not going to be long if you want me to get up there. I don't give a
Yeah, come on up, Fiddler. It may take her a few minutes, and we'll
Yep.
just get her up next. All right, big welcome for Fiddler.
Well, we've had some really good jokes up here so far, so mine are as stupid as can be, as usual. And I actually went out and researched tonight for the stupidest ones. All right, but some are funny, so I'm going to go through just the best ones, okay? What do you call two monkeys who share an Amazon account?
Two monkeys?
Primates.
Oh,
I told my wife she needs to start embracing her mistakes, so she hugged me.
And I heard that laugh. Yep.
I asked 10 people what LGBTQ standard for. I couldn't get a straight answer.
Oh,
My wife and I let astrology get between us. It tore us apart.
Oh, tourists. Oh,
See?
I
Yeah. See how bad these are?
Get that from my truly tasteless jokes book.
People are usually shocked when they find out how bad of an electrician I am, you know.
That's funny.
Why can't you send a duck into space? Because the bill would be astronomical. Okay. Where do you find a cow with no legs?
Cow with no legs?
Yeah,
I don't
wherever you left it. I'm really excited about the amateur autopsy club I just joined.
Oh.
Tuesday is open mic night.
The what?
Endora got it.
I got it. I'll have to explain that one. because-
I didn't get that.
I didn't hear
I
it.
didn't hear it.
Okay, do it again, Fit. Do it again.
I said I'm really excited about the amateur autopsy club I just joined. Tuesday is open mic night.
Oh, God, open mic.
Oh.
Open dress is Wednesday.
Open up, Michael.
What happens when it rains cats and dogs?
That's funny.
You have to be careful not to step in a poodle. Once I accidentally rubbed ketchup in my eyes, I now have hindsight. I had a great joke about COVID, but I don't want to spread it around.
That's a good one. Monkeypox now.
Honeypox, the K is fine.
What do you call an obese psychic? A fortune teller.
Oh,
What do you call a mom who turns into a dad? Transparent. You know, whoever stole my depression medication, I hope you're damn happy. Okay. So what if I don't know what apocalypse means? It's not the end of the world. I lost my job at the bank on my first day. A woman asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her over. Where do terrorists go when they die? Everywhere. All right, and this is a joke, and I've known this joke for a long time, so I'm going to tell it to you straight. I owned a cottage, little camp up in Maine that my grandfather bought up for Indians. That's true. And so I was up there one time, and I'm working on the camp, straightening it out. I've been up there about a month, you know, on the weekends. And all of a sudden, this Mainer comes up, and he's walking down the driveway, and he says, "Howdy, neighbor. Good to see you." And I said, "Well, hello." And he said, "We don't get much around here, so welcome to the neighborhood." I said, "Well, thank you very much." And he goes, "Just thought I'd stop by to say hello and possibly invite you to a party." I said, "A party? Oh, that sounds like a good time. Sure." He goes, "But I gotta warn you, neighbor." I said, "Okay." He goes, "There might be a little drinking going on." I said, "Well, that's fine with me. Hand me a cold one anytime." I gotta warn you, neighbor. There might be a little cussing going on. I said, "Well, damn, I don't give a damn shit about that. I gotta warn you, neighbor. There might be a little sex going on." I said, "Well, now you're talking. When's the party?" He said, "Just as soon as you get there, neighbor. It's just gonna be you and me."
Oh, gee.
And that's it for me. Thank you, everyone.
Very good. Very good.
All right, big hand for Fiddlah.
Yay.
Here you go, Fiddler!
Hey.
That was great.
All right, well, I'm not sure if Pepper's coming back. So I'm going to tell us a story. And this one is about Boudreaux's job interview. Now, a construction site boss was interviewing men for a job when along come Boudreaux. Now the boss thought to himself, I ain't hiring that lazy old Cajun coon ass. So he decided to give Boudreaux a test, hoping he wouldn't be able to answer the questions and he'd be able to refuse him the job without getting into any kind of big old argument. Now the first question was, without using numbers, represent the number 9. So Boudreaux said, that's easy, and proceeds to draw 3 trees. Now the boss said, what the hell is that? Boudreaux said, tree and tree and tree makes 9. Fair enough, says the boss man. Question number 2. Same rules, but represent 99. Boudreaux staring off into space for a moment or two, then makes a smudge on each tree. There you go. Now the boss scratches his head. How on earth do you get that to represent 99? Each tree's dirty now. So it's dirty tree and dirty tree and dirty tree. That's 99. All right. Now the boss is getting word he going to have to this coon ass. So he says, all right, question number 3. Same rules apply. But represent the number 100. Boudreaux stares into space again. Then he shouts, I got it. He makes a little mark at the base of each tree and says, there you go, mister, 100. The boss looks at Boudreaux and he thinks, ha, I got him this time. Go on, Boudreaux, you must be crazy if you think that represents 100. Boudreaux leans forward, points to the marks at the tree bases, and he says, a little dog comes along and craps by each tree. So now you got dirty tree and a turd, dirty tree and a turd,
And a
and
turd.
dirty tree and a turd, which makes 100. When do I start my new job? They hide that Cajun.
Anything a turd.
All right, it's 8:01. It's almost time to wrap it up. I got one more, and this is going to be a wrap, unless Pepper pops in. All right, Boudreaux and Marie's 25th wedding anniversary was coming up, and now Boudreaux suggested to Marie, Cher, let's do something special for our anniversary. We don't never go nowhere. Why don't we go to Las Vegas? Marie agreed that that would be nice. When they got to their hotel, a gorgeous young lady came up to Boudreaux. It was being very friendly toward him. Now he just turned and walked away from her. And Marie tells him, Boudreaux, that wasn't nice of you. Why you acted that way to that young girl? And Boudreaux said, Marie, that was the lady of the night. And Marie says to that, May, what makes you think that? So Boudreaux said, let's go up to the room and I'll prove it to you. So they go upstairs and Boudreaux calls the front desk and asks to have a girl sent up to the room. He tells Marie to hide in the bathroom and listen. A couple of minutes later, there's a knock on the door and Boudreaux lets the girl in. It was the same girl. And he asks her, how much do you charge? She said, 150 bucks for the basics. Another 100 for the extras. Now Boudreaux tells her, wee, that's a lot of money. I was thinking more like 25 bucks for everything. The girl laughs at him and she says, "You must be a real bumpkin. Forget it," and leaves. Now Marie come out the bathroom saying, "Man, I wouldn't have believed it, but he was right." Anyways, I'm hungry. Let's go downstairs and eat. Now, while they're sitting at the restaurant, that very same girl walks by their table and had a look at Marie. And then she leans over and tells Boudreaux, "See what you get for 25 bucks?" All right, folks. With that, that's it. That's a wrap.
Them
That's
fighting
a wrap.
words, man.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you for telling your
Thank
jokes.
you, Nick.
Thank you for making us laugh.